Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I wanted to share with you guys on how to really move on from your relationship. I'm not gonna promise quick solution because, well, I'm gonna tell you later why it cannot be that quick. I'm not going to set like the timeline on how long you should be able to move on, but I just want you guys to move on well. Okay, so let me just give you guys my qualifications. You might be like, Lenny, how many relationships you got and how many times you actually broken up? I don't think you're a person that's capable for this topic. No, I'm actually very capable. I have tons of relationships where I obviously broke up, because if I'm not broken up, I would be married by now. Okay, so anyway, let's get right into it. I saw this video from what's her name, Wizard Liz. Yeah, Wizard Liz. And I think you guys have definitely like seen all the drama regarding her relationship. She basically got cheated on, and Wizard Liz was a really popular creator for her like manifestation and her like she's like the person who got it all. Basically, she knows everything. She knows how to make her life a lot better. She know how to earn money. Like, she got it all, but then she got cheated on. And not only cheated on, like, but she's also like pregnant, and she actually got engaged at the same time. So it was just like, it's just really bad. My heart goes out for her, actually. So I would not tell you guys like who's at fault in that relationship, whatever. I think it's just really sad that, you know, she got treated that way. That's just my opinion. But you know what, like, quite later on, she made this video on like how to move on from a relationship. And so I got inspired with that relationship, and I thought, even though I am not a wizard and I am not wizardless, and unlike her, I don't have anything figured out. I'm actually the most clueless person ever. She's like, she has it all figured out, and I'm like, I don't know anything. But I still wanted to share with you guys like all these like relationship topic and stuff, because I feel like, you know what, I genuinely feel like I am quite capable of this, because I've been through so many breakups, and I've been through the lightest mode to the most difficult mode. Although I gotta say, I've never been cheated on, like, thank goodness. But yeah, maybe this is not really for you guys if you have been cheated on. But you know what, take my advice with a grain of salt, because I feel like not a lot of people will tell you this. First of all, to really move on is just grieve. Like, that's it, just grieve. Take your time to grieve. Like, I feel like a lot of people say, oh, you gotta move on, like, why are you sad for this stupid guy or stupid girl? Like, a lot of people will tell you that. A lot of people will be like, don't cry for him, don't cry for her. But actually, you're not crying for him or for her, you're actually crying for yourself. Like, I feel like that is mostly what happened in a relationship that had you know, broken up, is that people kind of cry for themselves, actually. Like the same thing when someone that we love passed away. We actually cried because we feel sad. Like, oh, you left us, we will never be able to see you again. I. So we actually cry for ourselves. We're not crying for that person who passed away. I mean, I'm sure actually the person who passed away will go to heaven. Like, they will be having a blast. They will be having a much better life compared to here on earth. But sometimes we cry. Well, not sometimes. Oftentimes we cry because now we're like, I love you so much, but now I can't see you anymore. So like, that is grief, okay? And I want you guys to think that grief is normal, okay? So when it comes to relationship, you broken up with this guy or this girl, like, it's very normal to actually be sad. Like, it's really normal. I kind of disagree with people who will tell you like, the key to move on is to stop crying. Like the KPI, the key performance indicator, is like the KPI of moving on is you're not crying about that person anymore. The quicker it is, the better your move on is, when it's actually not true. There are some people, let me tell you guys this is the reason why. There are some people that they broke up and then they never cry. They seem to like move on with their life pretty quickly, and then they got new girlfriend or they got new boyfriend, whatever. Like, they just move on really quickly. But apparently they did not process grief well, so they grieve like years later. So in that case, does it mean that this person have not moved on for several years, I guess? So yeah, I don't know, to me that's much unhealthier compared to you grieve now, you grieve, take however long you want. Maybe you want to cry for like a month or something, like go ahead and do that. Instead of like, you're not grieving, you really force yourself to like, no, I cannot cry for this person. And then years later, like the emotion came back haunting at you, and you're like, oh, and then you cry, and then you just like miss him or her, and like to me that's much unhealthier compared to the first one. Okay, so take your time to grieve. Like, that's the reason why I will never put like a standard timeline for anyone who is grieving. Like, I would not tell you like, oh, you're being sad for like a month, that's too long. No, I will not tell you that, because here's the reason why. This is probably like tip number 2. Okay, I did not really put number on these tips. Okay, so tip number 2 is that the intensity or the more progression your relationship has, it's definitely gonna impact your level of sadness, and it's definitely gonna impact how long will it take for you to actually move on. Okay, so that's the reason I would never tell anyone like, oh, you grieve for this long, this is too long, or you grieve for this several later, like that's too light. I will not tell you. And it also depends on each person as well, the person who, you know, got broken up. Sometimes we see people who are like, they're not mentally well, because maybe throughout the relationship they are being emotionally abused, and so when they got broken up, they got much sadder. Because like, imagine if you are on this like level, like very low in your life, so you're not doing well, you got lots of problems, and then you broke up, so you go even lower to this point. It's not easy. So I don't know, I just will never ever tell anyone like, oh, you took this long for a breakup, that's too long. Like, I would never tell you that, guys, that. So you know what, really just take into consideration, like, okay, for example, maybe you got broken up because your partner is cheating on you. Okay, so but then during the entire relationship, actually he has been showing you signs that he's not into you, that he doesn't like you, that he's pretending to just love you, and then here comes the cheating, and then you guys got broken up, and you feel betrayed, right? You feel betrayed. But then the thing is, this relationship has been going on for, let's say, 5 years. It's like a really long time, 5 years. It's, I would say it is quite normal for someone to like still be grieving for like 2 months, 3 months. Like, to be honest, to me, that's normal. That is normal. So because it's a long time, like 5 years. Can you imagine? 5 years you are like sharing your life with this person. Every day you talk to this person, you forgive their mistake, they forgive yours, so like whatever. I will not be like going to details to each person's relationship, but I'm pretty damn sure that in each relationship there's like this, how should I say, like a deeper level of intimacy that, you know, we don't know about. Like, people who broken up, they usually won't tell you like, oh, we're so intimate to like we did this, we did that. I just, it's like that's your secret. You go ahead and keep it. So I'm not gonna here to judge you and be like, oh, since you don't tell me all this intimacy that you have, that means your relationship is not intimate. Yeah, actually everyone's relationship is pretty intimate. So sometimes there's gonna be things that you're like, oh, it's like haunting back at me. So yeah, I mean, that's probably the reason why I can see like why some people took really really long time, especially if their relationship has been going on for a very long time, like 5 years, 7 years, whatever. It's definitely gonna take a long time. Hey, and so yeah, I really want you guys to take that into consideration. Think about it. How long was your relationship? How far it had progressed and all that stuff. One of the example that I'm going to share with you today is my own example. Okay, so my very last relationship, actually we have engaged. So it really makes me like, it hurts me a lot, really really hurts me. I'm not gonna be here and pretending to be strong and I'm like, oh, I'm not hurt at all. Nah, I'm hurt. Just I'm hurt, but I have already like kind of move on with my life pretty much. Like I would say my move on percentage is like 70 to 80% maybe. Like it's just to put numbers so you guys would understand, like it's not 100%, but it's kind of there. The reason why it took quite a long time for me to really heal, even though there's lots of people who helped me, that I've been asking people's advice and all that stuff, but it's like nothing can actually heal this pain, so it's like sometimes, here's the thing, sometimes you need something else to heal the pain. Like you cannot just like be rushing to heal the pain. Like something else needs to happen. Maybe time will heal the pain. Like for me, I'm actually Christian, okay, in case you don't know, and I'm a devout, well, not really devout. I admit I don't pray every day. So I don't pray every day. I rarely open my Bible, okay? But here's the thing, in Christianity we say it like this. Like usually people will say, oh, time will heal, but actually it's Jesus that will heal. Okay, so it's just like sometimes I don't know what to say. Like sometimes you can be like praying day and night for your pain to be healed, but it's not healed yet, maybe because there's a reason why that we just don't know, so that's the reason why I will not tell you to like just force it and like, oh, if you feel pain then just shut down your pain. Like no, I will not tell you guys to do that. In fact, that is against everything that I wanted to tell you guys. Okay, so that is number 2. Okay, oh well, I forgot about the example. Okay, so the example was I got engaged already. Like it's an official engagement too, if you guys are wondering. We got like the date of the wedding and everything. We actually got a pre-wedding photo shoot as well. Like it's actually done. So we did a lot of things. So yeah, it took me quite a while to actually move on compared to this person that I know of. So this person, I disagree with her, but I don't like hate her or anything. She kind of told me like it took you that long to move on. Like last time I know this guy and then we broke up and I moved on pretty much quickly, like a month, and so when I processed that story, I was like, okay, but you did not engage, you're not even officially a boyfriend and girlfriend. So the intensity is different, and actually she only like went out with this guy just casually dating, like they're not even a girlfriend and boyfriend officially. So they went out for about 3 to 6 months actually, and their relationship actually never progressed. Like he would never make it official, and then one day she saw him like with another girl at a church. So I don't know, I was like, okay, but your relationship is actually like not progressing at all. Mine actually did. So you know, it's a whole different level, and we can't really like um compare, you know, each person. Like we can't really compare like, oh, I've been in your position and I move on for like a week, or like, I don't think that's fair to do that to anyone. That's just my opinion though. That's just my opinion. If you want to be hard on yourself and you're like, no, I have to be move on in a week or 2 weeks, and I mean, go ahead and do that. Like it's actually much better to be honest. Like, I want the best for you guys. So if you actually can get totally move on within 1 or 2 weeks, and not never ever have that kind of emotion haunt back at you like way later in the future, that's very good. But I'm just saying that it's usually pretty unhealthy for us to repress our emotion and be like, no, I'm not hurt, when actually you do feel hurt. That's just my point. Okay, so the third one, the third one, how to really move on. You know what, I actually didn't plan to make this video, but then my mind actually is always like have all these things going on. That's why I make this YouTube channel. Okay, so the third one is pretty cliche. Actually, I think this has been talked about, and I actually agree. The third one is to really just remove everything that will remind you of your ex-partner. Okay, so that's just not healthy. Like to keep things like, oh, this is the sweater he gave me, oh, this is the whatever he gave me. Like it's just not very healthy to keep things and like remember it. Like maybe sometimes there's like this photos, you know, like you took together and you're like, oh, but he's like loving me, or she's like really beautiful and whatever, like I love her, love him, whatever. I know that sometimes you miss that person, but you gotta really try to do something to make the situation better. And so one of the things to try to make the situation better and to move on really well is to really just erase everything. Like delete all the photos, delete all the chats. Okay, in my opinion, you know what, if you guys like to talk to your ex with social media, I would download that chat record first, just in case. You know, I like to protect myself with the law. So I like to download things, archive it, and then only I would delete the chat. So that's just how I do things. So yeah, delete everything. It's just pointless. In my opinion, it's just pointless to like keep looking at like old pictures and like, oh, I miss him, oh, I miss her. Like there's a difference between you take your time to grieve and like make the wound more painful, put salt onto the wound. Like what was the phrase? Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, there's a difference between those two. And I feel like if you keep looking at the things that they gave you, and then it sparked your memory and be like, oh, I love him, I love her, then that's just not healthy. It's like putting more salt into the wound. So yeah, I definitely would want to just throw away everything, delete everything, throw everything. I don't care. Maybe like, oh, but maybe there's like something really important in there. No, your mental health is way more important than any, I don't know, like any things, you know. But here's the thing, if you actually want to keep some of the things that he or she gave you, you keep it, but you must be aware that when you look at it, it's not going to evoke emotions anymore. Okay, so you get to keep things if it doesn't evoke emotion. If it really evoke emotion, just either throw it away, give it to somebody else, or just sell it, you know. So yeah, that's how I do things, that's how I operate. Okay, so the first one is to never compare to other people. Now the comparison that I'm trying to say here is that, oh, this person I know that they broke up with their partner, and he or she is like moved on after like 3 months, or got new girlfriend or got new boyfriend after 3 months, while I am still here grieving. I still don't have a new boyfriend, I don't have a new girlfriend. Like, sometimes this kind of comparison is just really unhealthy. So like sometimes this comparison makes you feel like, oh, I'm just not doing well, I'm just not good at moving on, like what's wrong with me? Because I've been in that position. Let me tell you, I've been in that position where I'm like, really, what's wrong with me? Like, why why I cannot move on? Like, other people seems to like can detach pretty well, you know, but like for me, I cannot. And so I think sometimes we like to compare with other people because we like to put, like I don't understand why we like to put more salt into the wound towards ourselves, which is just weird, right? We want to be healed, but at the same time we will make it worse. That's just human nature. I don't really I can't explain why. That's just what most people like to do. So yeah, I feel like sometimes when you compare yourself to other people, you usually just take a look on the surface level. You're not really like thinking deeply, you're not like analyzing their relationship and all that stuff. Because here's the thing, who knows, right? Who knows about other people's relationship? There are definitely some things that maybe they will left out because they just do not want you to know. Like, for example, maybe during the whole relationship, actually she was being abused, for example, but then they tell you like, oh, he's very loving, he was very loving, but I moved on very quickly. So like, there are things that people would just will not tell you. Either they won't tell you or they will lie to you. So sometimes when you take a look at certain people, maybe you feel like, oh, that person is really strong, I wish I could be as strong as her or him. When actually, one, you don't know the whole story, you don't have the whole picture, you're not God, you don't know anything, you know. And two is that people's like strength and weaknesses are very different. This is really, I mean, I'm 31, by the way, in case you didn't know, I'm not 17. But yeah, I'm 31, and I feel like it took me this long to realize that people have strength and weaknesses. Like, I know sometimes, here's the thing, lots of people will tell you that like, oh, everyone has their own uniqueness, their strengths and weaknesses, but then somehow we just will not accept that. We just do not want to accept that. We take a look at someone like, oh, that person is really strong, they can lift weights, like really heavy weights, and I'm like this skinny lanky person who cannot lift anything. Like, there's still this comparison, you know. If all of us really embody that knowledge that everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses, there's not gonna be any jealousy in social media anymore, there's not gonna be comparison in social media anymore. We'll be like, oh, that woman has a Hermes handbag, that, well, good for her. Well, I don't have an Hermes handbag, but I have, like, I don't know, like a really beautiful house or or anything, you know. It's like, or I live debt free. Like, that is really, like, I feel like living debt free is a very underrated thing. Like, a lot of people actually cannot live debt free. So I think it's actually a really good thing to live debt free. Like, I would choose to live debt free compared to having like 1,000 Hermes bag or a Louis Vuitton bag. I don't need those shit. Like, I just want my debt to be erased, you know. So yeah, it's just lots of people still compare themselves to other people. People still like being jealous with other people, when actually, like, you need to think about it. Yeah, you need to analyze that. Like, you have your own strength, you do have your weaknesses. Well, other people has it too. Maybe you don't really need to know their weaknesses, but you just gotta be sure everyone has it. Even people you think that, oh, they look so perfect, they look like they have it all together, no, they have weaknesses. Okay, I'm assuring you that, because there is this saying that nobody's perfect, the only one that's perfect is God himself. So as long as it's a human, as long as it's not a god, as long as it's not Jesus Christ, they're not perfect. Okay, like you just gotta remember that, remind yourself that every time you wanted to compare yourself to other people. So yeah, those two things, gotta remember that. One, you don't know the full story, you don't know the full story. Maybe you think that that person is being honest, like they would never leave out details for me, like okay. Okay, maybe they will not leave out details for you, but maybe there are things that they also don't know. So like for example, what I'm trying to say is that, let's just say you have vision of a god, okay, like you can see everything, anything. Maybe there's gonna be some things that that person did not even know actually happened. So that's why that person will not tell you, because they don't even realize it themselves. I feel like most of the times people know these things, but they don't embody this kind of knowledge, you know. Okay, so let's move on to the next tip. Next tip is, I think, tip number 5, I guess. Tip number 5 is to talk it out with someone else. Sometimes it, like, here's the thing, we human are very social creature, okay, we're like monkeys, we're very social. That's a weird comparison, I know, but it's true, monkey is very social too. And so sometimes we kind of brush it off and say that, oh, I don't need anybody, I can just like write in a diary, or I can just blog about it or wherever. But no, actually you need to talk about it with someone else. You gotta like really just ask someone, like, okay, this happened in my relationship and now we've broken up, like what can I do to like maybe prevent same thing happen, like what was my mistake, you know, what did I do wrong, what did that person do wrong. Like you gotta ask all these questions, you know. Sometimes maybe people don't really give out the most correct answer, but an answer is much better compared to no answer, you know. Most of the times they will give advice that will help you to be a better person anyway. So it could be that that person say it's fully my fault because I'm the one who let this relationship happen, which is very true by the way. So yeah, you gotta like just be objective and take it all in, you know. When somebody tell you like, yeah, that is your fault, you stupid missus, then that's how it is, I guess. So those kind of advice will really help you to build a better future for yourself, to really like not fall into the same trap. You really need to learn a lot. Like here's the thing, usually when a relationship broken up or it's just failed, it's usually to teach you something. So if you got a failed relationship and then you just move on, focus on finding the next person, the next partner, and you're not like trying to understand like what can you do to improve the situation, what could you do better, then you're just gonna keep repeating the same thing over and over again. People will have this mindset of like, I did not analyze anything about our relationship, I think it's truly that person's fault, and so a month later I got a new boyfriend or got a new girlfriend, right? Like sometimes some people will think like that, but the thing is that problem is always gonna keep the same thing until you realize that, oh, I see it now, that this is my fault, you know, in that relationship. That's why the relationship failed, because it was my fault. I have a part in that. I kind of made it happen. I made the relationship fail in some way. So until you realize that it's going to repeat again and again, and then there's gonna be like one day where you go back and you're like, oh, you know what, I really miss that person, even though you're already married to someone else. Like it actually happened, it happened quite a lot to married couples actually. Not that a lot but it happens, you know. Like sometimes people got married, they're not happy with their marriage, and be like, oh, I miss this guy who I used to go out with, I miss this girl who I used to go out with. It happens, you know. And the thing is, a lot of people, here's what I want to say as well, a lot of people think that marriage is like yay, success, you finally reached the finish line, you know. But actually marriage is like it's probably, in my opinion, it's like the really, really challenging part, you know, in any relationship. Once you got married, you learn how to live together. You finally be with this person 24/7, and you're like, oh, they have this weird habit that I didn't know existed. Like, it's going to cause a lot of troubles. So usually, like, sometime after the wedding, like maybe I don't know, a year perhaps, people will, up to a year usually, people, like the couples will feel like, oh, I didn't know that this person has that kind of habit. I didn't know that our lifestyle really clashed. I didn't know that we actually don't have anything to talk about. So yeah, it's just, and then they'll feel really empty. They feel like they live with a stranger that they let into their house, and then you just regret everything. But the sad thing is they regret everything when it's all too late. It's just all too late. I mean, you married this person, and you're probably too far deep into the marriage that you can't annul it anymore. So yeah, it's just really sad that, you know, most of us, I would say, live that way. Especially people in Asia, we often look at marriage as like, oh, that's like the trophy, that's the prize, that is the finish line, when it's actually not at all. And here is a bonus tip. Okay, here's a bonus tip, and I want you guys to really listen to this, even though it's a bonus. But I really want you guys to listen to this because it's, I would say this is pretty important. Is that never ever expect that your healing is going to be linear. Okay, because usually people say progress is like, you keep, like it's a staircase, you keep up and up, when it's actually not the case. Most of the time that's just not the case. I mean, there are definitely people who progress like that, but I would say maybe 99% of healing is not like that at all. It's that sometimes there are gonna be times when you just feel like everything just came back to haunt you, because maybe you are having like a really bad day, and then your trauma or whatever it is, like your trauma response will say something like, oh, I just really had a bad day, this person is extremely rude to me. If my boyfriend or if my girlfriend is still here with me, I'm gonna have someone to talk about this with. Now I don't have anybody to talk about this to. So you miss that person again, even though it has been like what, several weeks, several months, and you just, like, it just came back to haunt you again, and then you're like, you suddenly miss this person because something bad happened to you. And sometimes we feel really bad about ourselves, because like, how could I miss this person? I know they are not good for me, we don't belong with each other, but why do I miss this person all of a sudden, right? When the truth is, healing is never linear, and it probably applies to everything in your life. Maybe you want to lose weight, or you want to do anything, you want to be the best runner or something like that. It will never ever be linear, trust me on that one. So I used to just expect myself to keep progressing better, like tomorrow's gonna be better than today, the next day I'm gonna be better than tomorrow, like like I always kind of have that kind of mindset. Sometimes when you have that kind of mindset, you will be like, sometimes it will bite back at you. Like, the thing is, you gotta tolerate yourself. You cannot be too hard on yourself, because you need to remember that when a breakup happens, you know, that's a really hurtful thing that can happen to someone. Okay, it's a painful experience, so do not downplay that and thought that, oh, I'm stronger than this, it will never break me. Maybe it will actually break you a little bit, but you're gonna be better than this, but the thing is, you gotta learn not to be too hard on yourself, because throughout the relationship, and then there's this very heartbroken thing that happened to you, which is the breakup. I feel like you really need more TLC, if that makes sense. You really need more tender, loving care to yourself. Like, so if you are too hard on yourself, you expect yourself to progress, then one day you're probably gonna be feeling really hurt, but you don't really know the reason why. Like, do I think it's annoying when someone is like not moved on at all, and then they just keep telling you like this relationship that happened to them like 5 years ago, like they're still talking about it today? I mean, I'm as annoyed as the next person, to be honest with you. I am annoyed, but the thing is, you know, if that person is being too hard on himself, it's not good either. Like, I want the best for you, I want the best for everyone, okay? So if being too hard on yourself is going to cause a lot of trouble, like sometimes we feel really useless, or feel really bad about ourselves, because like oh, it has been months and I still remember like all these little things about him. Like, the thing is, a lot of people actually regress quite a bit during their progress, you know. So it applies to everything. Sometimes people lose weight, like they lose like, let's say, 10 kilograms, and then like several months later they got into deep stress, and then they stress eat, and then they gain back that 10 kilograms. It happens in any situation. It always happens, you know. It happens to companies too. Like, companies, they make tons of profit, and then some years later maybe they got into some kind of scandal or something, and then they lose a lot of money, and then after that they gain back those money. It's like, it happens, everything. It like, progress is never linear. That's something that you really need to remember yourself. So, you know, don't be like way too hard on yourself. That's probably what I'm gonna say. And there's another thing is, oh my god, I have so much to say. Another thing is to, like, this will really help you in moving on, is to just be a better person. That's it. Just think about it. Like, you need to like really spin your brain, like do this all this brainstorming to be like, how can I be a better person, right? Like, which part I should improve, which part I should eliminate about myself because it's not good. Like, maybe you are a very self-destructive person. Like, you need to be honest with yourself, like, because the question is there. Like, the question is, how do I improve myself? So then you will open up to all these answers, like, okay, maybe I am a self-destructive person, you know. Like, maybe you thought, okay, maybe I should go to therapy, but you know, that makes you a better person, okay? So just do that. Maybe you feel like, you know what, I'm not skilled enough in certain things, I want to improve my skill, and I'm gonna be like, I don't know, a great painter, a great artist, or a great accountant or whatever, a historian, a journalist, or whatever. And then you go on and learn history, you go on and learn art, you go and learn how to paint. Like, that's it. Just focus on, okay, how to be better, how to be better. Maybe sometimes you will again regress and be like, okay, I want to be better, I want to be better, I'm learning how to do this and how to do that. But then sometimes you thought, oh, I miss this person. Like, that kind of thought will actually come back and haunt you. But when you have that kind of thought, here's my tip. If you have that kind of thought, and you, like, obviously we all want that to go away. Like, we hate missing our ex, so you obviously want that to go away. So here's how to get it away. You call it out. You call that thought out. You're like, why do I miss this person? Like, all of a sudden, why do I miss this person? And you thought, okay, maybe it's my trauma response, or maybe like it's just, maybe I just feel stressed, maybe I just feel lonely, maybe I need more friends, maybe I need to go out and walk. Like you, like, try to think about it. Like, ask that question. When that thought came to your head, ask that question. Why is this happening? Why am I thinking about this person? Let's find out why. So maybe you will come up with speculations, like, okay, maybe I'm stressed out, or maybe I'm lonely, or whatever. Well, then that will probably make you think like, okay, okay, maybe I am lonely, maybe I need more friends. So then how do I get more friends? You know, like, you will kind of have this brainstorming session. And then when you have that brainstorming session, before you know it, you don't miss your ex anymore. I don't know, it's just a tip from me. I think everyone is different. There's gonna be like different ways for you to really find out like what works for you. So that's just how it is. And yeah, it's just, again, back to, I don't know, second tip or something, I forgot. um everyone's everyone's timeline is really different. Like, there are definitely some cases where the couple, where you're not really broken up in terms of like boyfriend girlfriend. Sometimes you actually married this person, you have children together. You thought you were in a loving relationship, you thought your partner loves you very very much, but apparently that person has been cheating on you, has been lying to you, has been doing all this like crazy nasty shit to you. And like, it is a very very hurtful thing to do. So it's actually quite normal, like, for me to see people who got broken up, people who have been hurt a lot. They lose motivation to do stuff, so they would like sleep all day. Maybe they would have a much worse diet, because they just feel like, oh, I'm just gonna eat whatever, because I'm just really like, I'm just really not feeling it. It's actually very very normal. Like, think about it, like your whole lifetime together, like several years spent with that one person, and then now you found out that that person actually betrayed you. It's a very hurtful thing, it's a very hurtful experience. So I would say for all of us to just be kind and not to like blame that person, because like, oh, you still don't have a job because you got broken up with this guy. Like, you're lazy AF. Like, I don't know, to me, you wouldn't want to be in his or her position, the person who broken up. Like, you wouldn't want to be in their position, you wouldn't want to feel their hurt. So I would advise all of us to just be kind. Like, that's it, just be kind. Try to understand their pain. At the same time, you just be there for them, and you, I don't know, like, just offer any kinds of help. Actually, when I broke up with my ex, I'm really sad for myself. Like, I kept blaming myself, which is not a good thing to do. Kept blaming myself. I thought like, why did I do this to myself? Why did I allow this relationship to happen? Like, this is all my fault. I'm like, this is all my fault. Like, why do I let this relationship happen? Like, that is my biggest fault. So I did not like vet that guy enough. I did not do any research on that guy at all. So I don't know anything about him. I just take his words at face value, and then I just believe him and let him into my life. That is a very shitty thing to do to yourself. I would advise everyone not to do that at all. So I'm sure there's gonna be some people like, oh, why you sad for that guy? That guy is stupid. That guy is useless. Just don't be sad about that person. I'm pretty sure that people who tell you like, don't be sad or stop being sad, they probably mean well, but it's just that, I mean, if our emotion is like a flick of a button, it's like a light switch where you can turn on and off, all of us would probably very mature people. Like, all these people in this world, the government, they will be a very mature people. They're gonna be like, oh, I know, I need to do something honest for my people, and then they would just do that. Well, that's the reality of life. Our emotions is just not very easy to control. It takes quite a lot of work, I would say, practices and stuff. They didn't really say it out loud to me, but I can tell from their advice to me. Like, sometimes I'm Christian, right? So my entire family is Christian. Lots of my friends are Christians too, and some of them would say some things like, oh, you're not really with Jesus, that's why you're still not move on, when it's actually not the truth. I feel like this is really something that I know it's out of topic, but I feel like this is really something that's just wrong with lots of Christians, is that they expect that if you are a Christian, if you are a follower of Jesus, then your life must be perfect, your life must be good, you must not have mental illness, you must not have like all these issues with yourself, you must not have fear. Even though yes, that is true, that you're not supposed to fear, you're not supposed to be afraid when you follow Jesus, but these things is very human, you know, these all these things are very human, and they absolutely happen to everyone. And I just disagree when they think that if you are a true follower of Jesus, then your life must be blessed, because take a look at the 12 apostles and what happened to them, like why they died, you know. That, like, you just do your research and just try to take a look at that. Like, I don't know, I just disagree with that kind of notion, where if you're a true follower of Jesus, like they would put the sentence like this, like, if you're a true follower of Jesus, then insert a very good thing that should happen to you. Even though that is true, like, we should all be blessed, but sometimes like hardships still do happen to us, you know. So I just think it's just not fair to expect other Christians to have much better life, to have a very extremely good life, and to just be able to figure everything out by themselves, because hey, you got Jesus, so all your problems should be magically go away. So I definitely got that kind of comments before, where people kind of tell me like, oh, you're not close to Jesus, that's why you still feel this sadness in. And I'm like, yeah, it's just like, it's pretty sad that people still judge me and be like, oh, you're still sad, or you still like not fully 100% move on with your ex, then you're just not close to Jesus at all. Like, I don't know, to me it's just not really nice for Christians to kind of judge each other like that, in my opinion. But then here's the thing, like, we even though me and my circle, we're like all Christians, you know, but we go to different churches, we follow different denominations. So that's probably the reason why, you know, some denominations, they just be like, oh, if you are a true follower of Jesus, your life must be blessed, your wealth will be tripled, doubled, quadrupled, whatever, when actually lots of, well, you know what, I'm not really deep on my Bible study, but if I am not mistaken, at least like most of the Jesus disciples actually left their jobs and all their wealth just to follow Jesus, you know. So anyway, guys, I have been so out of topic, like talking about breakup, and here I'm talking about my religion. So anyway, I'm pretty sure my religion is not all of yours religion. Maybe some of you guys follow other religion, like we have different opinion, you know, but let's just be peaceful, okay. I mean, well, okay. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys will get something beneficial from this talk. Good talk. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.